Hi guys, um, it's Laura, and yes, we're going to do a craft today. If you're here for crafting, welcome back to my channel. I want to let you know that I'm working towards getting to my 1,000 subscribers. Once I get there, I will probably start a channel that will just be for crafting alone. I'll still put crafting videos here on this channel, plus I'll do kind of put the same craft on a crafting channel. Make them look a little different, but they'll still be the same craft, if that makes any sense, to kind of transition that over. But I wanted to let everybody know about that. But it's just, right now I'm going to just keep this channel going like it is. I want to get back into keeping my urban explorers and stuff, but with what's going on, we all know that is just, it's just too difficult for this area. There really isn't a whole lot to do unless you go someplace public, which most of the places are closed. They're not letting people come in, and honestly, they charge, and right now things are too tight. So hopefully things will get better. I want to talk to you about this. I bought this. It is the Fabri-Tac glue. I was thinking about making the pillows using this so I don't have to try to sew, because when I sew, today you can see my hands are swollen. That they've been swollen since I processed my deer. So this I thought was going to be great. I didn't put the video up yet of me making my orange vest. I couldn't afford to buy one, so I found fabric on clearance for $3 that was the same color orange. So I had already purchased this, thinking I was going to make those pillows with this instead of stitching. And I'll tell you what, I do not like that this leaves a very stiff, and if you run your fingers across the very edge, it's sharp, guys. I wouldn't want that on my furniture. If you have children, they could get scratched. I don't like that aspect of it. It may be fine for a few things, but for something like that, I wouldn't use it. But, you know, to make my vest that I'm wearing in the woods, it doesn't matter. But I'll still use it. I just didn't like the way that worked for that. So, and I want to tell you, oh my gosh, guys, I've seen all these women using this chalk paint, Waverly Chalk Paint. I went ahead, and I can't find my white. I don't know what I've done with it. I've put it somewhere. But I do have some Waverly Chalk Paint in white. And I first started out with just the black, the white, and this, which is, I don't have my glasses on my face. What I do with the label that told me the color. I thought the color was on the front. Anyways, I believe it is the nutmeg. But no matter. I started out with those three colors, and I was like, I love this stuff. I went back, and when I had some spare money, I bought the crimson, which I see everybody using for Christmas. It is beautiful. And then I went and I got myself the antique wax. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to start using that. But that's for another craft. I did pick these up at Walmart because this is for a craft that I'm going to be doing later on. I wanted to show you those. These are gorgeous. And I got me a bunch of these because, I mean, seriously, guys, how stinking cute is this? These look so vintage. I absolutely love these. And this is for a craft that I'm going to be doing involving, well, these I just got because I thought they were cute. But this is for a craft that I'm going to be doing with what is behind me that showed up at my Dollar Tree. Yes, check them out. They are square. Uh-oh. that one's apart. I may take this one back and see if they'll exchange it. Or I might just glue it together because it will be covered. Is that the only one that came apart? I believe so. Don't matter. I'll fix it maybe. So, anyhow, guys, we're going to be taking this bag from Walmart because I thought it was absolutely adorable. Hold on. Let me get rid of these out of my way. If you see yourself wobbling, it's because I have you on that like crane-looking thing to keep you off the table and give me more room. I'm also going to be using this Dollar Tree, and it's really heavy, and wrapping paper. And it's a buck, and it's really, really heavy, very pretty wrapping paper. And I'm going to be using some of this foam board. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting this to size to fit inside of here. And aren't they cute? I think it's beautiful. And it's kind of got glittery snow. So I will try to keep as much of that snow in the picture as possible. So we're going to set that aside. I'm going to fix this one later. So we're going to come down to I have just one of these. And I bought this at Walmart. So what I'm doing here is I'm making kind of like the back of a picture frame. And I'm making it big enough to be able to set in behind the opening of, well, it looks like a picture frame. So the opening of the frame part of this. And I'm using foam board for the backing. My Dollar Tree X-Acto knife broke, so I'm just using a knife to score it and then cut. And then I'm taking and I'm going to cut out a piece of the wrapping paper a little bigger so that I can actually fold the wrapping paper just like wrapping over a piece of gift over the piece of foam board. And then I'm going to glue it to the back of it, not on the front. This way there are no wrinkles or bumps in the front side of the wrapping paper. And I'm just kind of scoring it and then cutting because this has really nice lines in it. And here I am folding over the edges and I'm hot gluing it to the back so that there's nothing visible on the front. I did buy one of those silicone makeup like spatula things, and at this point I hadn't found it, but shortly after this I did find it. Go figure. But you know, I never remember to use it. I take a piece of poster board and I cover the back of this so that it looks nice and crisp and clean, because I do plan on taking this to ladies' night out next week, and hopefully I can sell this. It is so pretty when it is finished. I quickly run hot glue all over the back of this and then place the trimmed down piece of poster board down over top of it and press it down in place. The next thing that I do is I take this beautiful bag from Walmart and I'm going to trim off just the front with the glitter, and it is so pretty. The entire bag has parts that I can use on it, so I'm careful at trimming this down. For now, I'm only going to use the very front of the bag, and I'm going to save the rest of it. I do use my cutter board and trim this nice and square later on. I'm making sure that it's going to be able to fit what I want, and I don't cut off too much, and I want to keep as much of the picture as I possibly can. Next step is putting the ribbon on the frame, and I decided to wrap it. I decided to go ahead and wrap this. So I'm going to hot glue this in place. I'm going to put some hot glue on my wire right here. And I'm going to go ahead and take and fold this up over and hot glue that first piece down. It will be covered when I come back around, and I'm just going to start wrapping. And we're going to have that odd corner again. Kind of pinch it together. Bring it up. I'm going to do that one more time right here at the corner. I'm going to put just a dab of hot glue right here where it'll be covered with the next piece that I bring up over. Bring it down. Bring it up. This one I took it a little farther out to the corner, and I'm going to bring this up under, and I'm going to hot glue this underneath. So I'm going to cut, and I'm going to hot glue this right to there. Now for these corners, I'm going to simply lay one piece like this. So I'm going to cut, fold it, see what I need, cut that off. Glue this in place. And you can move these as you need to. And then just be sure to glue what you're going to need in place down. My glue gun will not stay put. So we're going to put just a dab of hot glue back here to hold him from sliding. We're going to look and make sure this is covered, and it's not. At the very corner. There we go. We're going to run a bead of hot glue. And we're going to cut this all off. We're going to bring this up. And we're going to hot glue this in. So that each of your corners will look like that. And we're going to do that to all these corners. Okay, so I have all four corners done up nice. You can't see the wires, and the back looks nice and neat. Make sure you glue everything down, and if you have anything that isn't glued down that's sticking up, or sticking over the edge, trim it off. Now I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not going to put that on yet, but I'm going to go ahead and place this where it needs to be. See what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to flip this over and judge how I want the hot glue has to go. And I need to do this quickly. And of course I'm going to run out of hot glue. I will be taking off. Now I'm going to plan on how my picture is going to be set in here. Now I am coating the whole back of this with Mod Podge, and I've seen so many ladies use this and they've had great luck. For some reason, this actually curled, and I thought, well, when I laid it down in here, it was going to lay flat and adhere good, but the outside two side edges kept curling back up, and I had to go in with a hot glue gun and tack them down. So I think the next time I do this, I may have to use a different method of gluing that down. Extra length and not worry about it. I'm going to cut this off because I want it long enough so I can hang it with, like, on a command strip or something. And then I'm also going to make me a kind of maybe a bow, or I'm hot gluing the ribbon to the back of the frame so that it stays in place. And here I'm hot gluing the two pieces that are going to be hanging at the very top together on the top curve to give a nice clean look. Just like that. Making sure that they line up together. And then you have a nice clean looking hanger. Now we're going to put some embellishments there. Here I'm making a faux bow because I cannot make a bow. I used to years ago be able to make one and make them look so pretty, and now I can't. I have tried following tutorials, everything. I just cannot get it to come together. So I'm making just a simple faux bow. And you can see here that I glue the pieces here, and then I just take and nip out a section on the top part of what would be the bow, and then I fold over two tails over the top of it and glue them on the back, and so that they're hanging down from the front of the bow at an angle. I took a little bit of white chalk paint and I painted at some of the little pieces of greenery from Dollar Tree. And I kind of give them a little bit of a haircut because they're kind of hairy and they didn't want to lay still. And I'm adhering them to the very top of the top part of the frame where I put the hanger at. And this is also where I put the bow, is right on the center of those. And you'll see that I take a strip of berries off from one of the fall picks that I had. I also dabbed them a little bit with a little bit of the white chalk paint to give them kind of a frosted look because they are bears out in possibly Alaska or someplace like that. So I wanted to give it kind of a frosted look. So here it is finished. I was really worried about some of the glue that kind of came to the very edge of the papers when I had to re-glue it, but it does look fine. I absolutely love how this turned out. It's such a bright, cheerful piece, and the bears are so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.